On to Yiddish. It was not until the early 20th century, actually, that Hebrew, the language of the pieces we just heard, returned as a spoken language after thousands of years of only being a language of prayer and sacred text. For centuries, the main spoken language of the Jews of Europe was Yiddish, a language with roots in German and Hebrew with some Slavic influences and some others as well. As journalist and author Miriam Weinstein describes it, Yiddish functioned as a keeper of a distinct and viable world. It kept outsiders out, solidified the group within, formed a protective layer around Holy Hebrew, its core. Scholars call this condition internal bilingualism, which means that every Jew knew at least aspects of two languages, Yiddish and Hebrew. Although they are distinct and separate, they are inextricably linked. There's even a Yiddish saying that God speaks Yiddish during the week and Hebrew on the Sabbath. We'll begin this half of the program with In Cheider, or In the Classroom. This is by Moses Milner. It's a celebrated composition that was part of the Jewish art music movement created by Russian Jewish composers in the late 19th century. It combined elements of folklore with the complex compositional techniques that they learned as students at Russian conservatories. In Cheider was composed between 1902 and 1904, who Moses Milner at the time was a young piano student at the Kiev Conservatory. He likely based this composition on his own experiences attending Cheider, the classroom, in a small Ukrainian village where he grew up in the 1880s. You will hear in it significant connections to both Jewish folk and Western art traditions, including a Mazurkian evocation of a typical scene from Jewish life. We find ourselves in a Cheider, the religious classroom that all boys and some girls attended from a young age. The teacher welcomes in the nervous student and attempts to teach him the Aleph base, the Yiddish alphabet, which begins with Kometz Aleph, a syllable that makes the sound ah.